There are many ways to build homes beyond the typical four walls and a roof we see along most suburban streets. Earth-sheltered homes are built with soil or vegetation surrounding the walls, or buried completely underground. Particularly in regions of extreme temperature and weather conditions, earth-sheltered homes are a sustainable housing solution that reduces the need for energy-intensive heating and cooling systems, as well as the detrimental impacts natural disasters can have on conventional housing structures. Certainly, underground homes are not appropriate for areas prone to flooding, coastal areas, or places with shallow water tables. If you are looking for a home with energy-efficient features that will provide a comfortable, tranquil, weather-resistant dwelling, an earth-sheltered house could be right for you. One large challenge to constructing an earth-sheltered building is water. All earth-sheltered buildings must have extra precautions against moisture problems. Before you start building one, it's important to understand what the different types of earth-sheltered homes are and how the environment is less impacted by them. There are two types of earth-sheltered homes. These types differ based on how they are integrated with or into the earth. The degree of covering affects the indoor temperature, environmental impact, and overall design. There are two basic types of earth-sheltered houses: underground and bermed or banked with earth. The difference is in the degree to which the house is buried in or surrounded by earth. Underground means the entire house is built below ground, and bermed, which is built either above ground or partially below, and with earth covering one or more walls. While an underground earth-sheltered home may sound dark and dingy, an atrium can create an open feeling and light from above, with a central courtyard around which the living spaces are designed. For houses being built in noisy areas or built-up environments without scenic views, this method of building provides a great alternative. Bermed houses, however, are much more common than fully underground houses. Due to the building being above the original ground level, fewer moisture problems are associated with earth berming in comparison to underground fully recessed construction, and costs less to construct. According to one report, earth berming provided 90 to 95% of the energy advantage as a completely below-grade structure. An elevational berm design exposes one elevation or face of the house and covers the other sides, and sometimes the roof, with earth to protect and insulate the house. The exposed front of the house, usually facing south, allows the sun to light and heat the interior. The floor plan is arranged so commonly areas in bedrooms share light and heat from the southern exposure. This can be the least expensive and simplest way to build an earth-sheltered structure. Strategically placed skylights can ensure adequate ventilation and daylight in the northern portions of the house. In a penetrational berm design, earth covers the entire house, except where there are windows and doors. The house is usually built at ground level, and the earth is built up or bermed around and on top of it. This design allows cross-ventilation and access to natural light from more than one side of the house. Bermed earth sheltering takes advantage of the natural resource of soil as a thermal mass, insulating the structure against the elements and providing energy-saving properties. The Earth's mass naturally absorbs heat and retains it, gradually releasing it into its surroundings, and in the case of an earth shelter, the adjacent dwelling. Because of the high density of the Earth, its change in temperature occurs slowly in what is known as thermal lag, resulting in a fairly constant temperature compared to the fluctuations experienced in the outside air. Studies show that berm earth-sheltered houses are more cost-effective in climates that have significant temperature extremes and low humidity, such as the Rocky Mountains and northern Great Plains. Earth temperatures vary much less than air temperatures in these areas, which means the earth can absorb extra heat from the house in hot weather or insulate the house to maintain warmth in cold weather. Soil. The soil also helps manage storm drainage, since the earth against the walls slopes away from the home. If additional drainage is needed, residents can add pipes and drains. The type of soil at your site is another critical consideration. Granular soils such as sand and gravel are best for bermed earth shelterings. These soils compact well for bearing the weight of the construction materials and are very permeable, allowing water to drain quickly. The porous soils are cohesive like clay, which may expand when wet and has poor permeability. The groundwater level at your building site is also important. Natural drainage away from the building is the best way to avoid water pressure against underground walls, but installed drainage systems can be used to draw water away from the structure. The construction materials for each earth-sheltered structure will vary depending on the characteristics of the site and the type of design for the bermed earth-sheltered house. Materials must, however, provide a good surface for waterproofing and insulation to withstand the pressure and moisture of the surrounding ground. Concrete is the most common choice for constructing earth-sheltered buildings because it is strong, durable, and fire-resistant. Concrete masonry units reinforced with steel bars placed in the core of the masonry can also be used, and generally cost less than cast-in-place concrete. Wood can be used in earth-sheltered construction for both interior and light structural work. Steel can be used for beams, bar joists, columns, and concrete reinforcement, but must be protected against corrosion if it is exposed to the elements or to groundwater. It is also expensive, so it must be used efficiently to be economical as is structural material. That's all time we have for today's video, Bermed Earth Sheltered Housings. Hopefully, you found this video informative. Thanks for watching.